at that time, everyone had an opinion also, but you never heard the opinion. Today, everyone has an opinion and it's written. For me, a failure is a failure. Yeah, maybe we didn't have that many trolls back then. And when films don't work one after the other, then you keep wondering that what's going on. And that's when I made that conscious decision to just say no to any work that was really not good. Every offer that came to me after that was just terrible. Insecurity hoti hai na ki now what's going to happen? Am I going to get work or not going to get work? Because बीच में when you don't do work, they'll think अच्छा नहीं interested नहीं है, कुछ उसने business शुरू किया, उसने production शुरू किया, तो producer बनना चाह रहा है, वो acting में interested नहीं है. They come up with their own stories. Nobody asked me what's my story. My story is you're giving me shit offers. It was a tough time. But at that point I was scared. I was insecure. I was like, इसके बाद काम आएगा कि नहीं आएगा?
Filmmakers forgot to look at you as a leading face after a point.
I go and do screen test. अभी भी कर रहा हूँ. Initially I used to feel यार मुझसे screen test कैसे? मैं क्यों करूँ? I go and I knock on doors and I say, listen guys, give me a job. Give me some work. I want to work. I'm still there. I did that. When you're in a relationship and when you're out with someone else, for instance, just being friendly and having something to do with someone who's a friend. So much is written about that even though your partner knows that it's a friend, there's always something in their mind that could there be something.
So have you given a thought of maybe you want to be a single father or maybe you want to take a family ahead after getting hitched to someone?
No, I definitely want to have kids. I want to be a father and I want to have a partner and have kids. I don't want to do it on my own.
If I take a poll from the 90s kids in India right now, I can assure you that 95% of the people will admit to having a crush on my next guest right now. Even after all these years, every time he appears on screen, you just can't help but fall in love with his charm and his good looks. And his acting skills just add a little more nuance and a little more oomph to that. And it has been about 2 decades of him entertaining us, but it still feels like he's just another 25-year-old sitting right next to me. When I say 25, that's 2 years younger than me as well. So I'm very happy and excited as I'm joined today by Mr. Amazing Dino Morea. So Dino, firstly, welcome to Bollywood Bubble.
Akash, thank you so much. इतना मस्त, इतना बढ़िया introduction. भाई आप साथ रहो मेरा. ऐसा introduction अगर बार-बार अगर सुनने में आया, if I listen to it every time, यार मेरा ego मतलब मस्त हो जाएगा.
हाँ, थोड़ा अच्छा लगेगा.
बहुत अच्छा लगेगा.
And see, I can tell you, not one word of it was flattery or false.
How sweet, yaar.
So Dino, now I'm gonna get into a little nostalgic zone with you.
Yeah.
So firstly I wanna ask you, like today we see na when someone debuts in today's time, like there's so much pressure already of the outside world because you have to be active on social media, you have to do this, that, so much marketing even before making your debut.
Yeah.
When you did your debut, things were very different.
Yeah.
There was not much hogging of the social media per se. There was no scrutiny was there, but not as much.
Bilkul.
So how different was debuting on the onset of the millennium for you as compared to today's time when you see people debuting today?
You know, at that time, everyone had an opinion also, but you never heard the opinion. Today, everyone has an opinion and it's written. It's there. You know, so first day, first show, whoever watches already will decide the fate of your film. Yaar, picture अच्छी है, picture okay है, picture खराब है. I know one thing, you can't please everybody. तो मेरा ये मानना है कि कुछ लोग पसंद आएंगे, कुछ लोग ना पसंद आएंगे, which is okay, which is fair. Debuting then, when I debuted, प्यार में कभी कभी was 99, and it was a lot of fun actually, more than stress for me or tension. It was fun because we were going city to city promoting that film. The songs had become a hit. The fans outside the theaters on my first premiere, it was just insane. Yeah, it was nuts. People, I come out of the theater, people were pulling my jacket and everything. मुझे लगा यार मैं कहाँ आ गया हूँ, क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं, you know, and it was just fantastic. Debuting now, the amount of social media buzz you have to, firstly the social media you have to do, you have to plaster it everywhere. Everything has changed tremendously. But what's scary now is everybody will give you an instant review. Instant review. At that time there were critics, अगला दिन या 2 दिन बाद आप पढ़ लेते हैं कि यार आपके बारे में क्या क्या लिखा हुआ है या फिल्म के बारे में क्या क्या लिखा था, एंड you know that's about it. But people will go and watch it irrespective. You know, they heard the songs, they liked it, they'd go and watch it. And it was only word of mouth where I can tell my neighbor कि यार पिक्चर अच्छी है, या अपने दोस्त को मैं बोल देता हूँ कि पिक्चर अच्छी है. Now people are reading everyone's reviews, on whether it's Twitter or social media, you know. So it's changed. The dynamic has changed. It is a little more scary. But if you know you're confident on your product, then you got nothing to worry about. जैसे मैंने कहा कि there's so many people, film goers, who want to watch a film. When they watch the trailer, तभी वो लोग फैसला लेते हैं कि यार ये पिक्चर मैं थिएटर में जाके देखूंगा या नहीं देखूंगा.
I feel the best thing about social media today is that it brings back such things in the form of memes. Like I can't tell you how many times I have seen that meme of मैं बर्बाद होना चाहता हूँ. That dialogue is made to a meme fest of its own.
मेरा और करीब मत आना, मैं तुम्हें बर्बाद करूंगी. And it's with so many people and politicians and sports people.
It's with everything. It just suits.
Yeah, मतलब outstanding meme है वो. Outstanding. Yes, you're right. That's the good thing about social media. See, the internet is a great place. It's a fantastic place. मतलब I also watch so many of these memes और ये जो comments जो करते हैं लोग, मतलब इतनी हंसी आती है. कैसे it's just an unforgiving place, the internet, because smart लोग हैं, इतने smart लोग हैं जो you know one line comments और one word comments जो लिखते हैं वहाँ पे. I laugh at it because it's just very sharp and very smart. Even some of the memes are outstanding. So the internet is a funny place. It's very unforgiving. You can't make any mistakes when you're in front of the internet or in front of a camera, because शायद even आपका कोई पुराना interview भी निकालते हैं, and if you say something 10 years later कि मैं ये कर रहा हूँ वो कर रहा हूँ, ये भाई झूठ मत बोल, देखो तुमने वहाँ कहा कि you will never do this. Cristiano Ronaldo, I will never play for a Middle Eastern football club, ये वो फलाना ढिमका, कहाँ भी खेल रहा है.
हाँ, कहीं से भी कुछ भी निकाल के
आ जाएगा. So they will take out everything. You just have to be careful of what you say.
Yeah, वो कहीं से भी कुछ भी आ जाएगा. You can never be sure with social media and the internet.
You cannot.
It's an open treasure.
Unforgiving, bhai. Unforgiving it is.
Unforgiving completely. But you dabbled into the South cinema much early on in your career.
Yes.
Your second or third film was
Kandakonde and Kandakonde.
Yeah, your first film
with Rajiv Menon.
It was Tamil film, right?
Tamil film.
Yeah. And after that you did 2 more projects.
Yeah, I did very small roles.
The first year 6 years gap, then 11-year gap. This time there's only 3 years. So very happy. The gap is very small. But you have dabbled in all the languages now.
Yes.
And you have done this before the term Pan India became the new norm or the new cool.
Bilkul.
So does it instill a little sense of happiness or a little pride that I've done it way before?
कर लिया मैंने. I've done it. You're doing Tamil film, this film now. I've done it. I've been there.
Been there, done that.
Been there, done that. No, but I feel good because I think a pan-Indian movie, also actors crossing over from one industry to the other language industry, is fantastic. जैसे अभी सुनने में आया है कि जूनियर एनटीआर तारक is doing a film over here with Hrithik, na, war tour or whatever. So you can imagine the audience now. The scale. It will be large. So I feel it's great what's happening, because we have to watch movies as an Indian. Not कि हाँ ये South Indian film है, ये Bengali picture है, ये Punjabi film है. We watch a movie, and the movie, I mean, obviously depends on the story. If it transcends languages, then everybody will watch it. And I think it's important for any actor to increase their base of audience. We have the largest population, India.
Yeah.
I mean, if even half the people know you and watch your movie, you know how big that is.
Yeah.
That's like 500 million people. If I have 500 million people watching my movie, bank सीधा चिचिंग
नए अकाउंट खुलेंगे.
That's it. चिचिंग.
Yeah, but actually अब तो population surpass भी हो गई ना चाइना से.
बिल्कुल वही.
So अब तो largest हो ही गए.
वही यार, I think international movies also will start signing Indian actors because उनकी सोच यही होगी कि यार अगर एक पिक्चर रिलीज करेंगे यार, half the world is Indians and Chinese, you know.
And the coalition and the unification came in the fact, like जब RRR won so many awards, including the Oscars, Golden Globes, like the joy that the whole of the nation took in it, it says a lot about how the unification has happened in the recent times.
Films unite everybody. Films and cricket, they unite everybody. We all have a lot of fun. So that's why I feel we shouldn't. कि कुछ लोग कहते हैं ना कि अच्छा you're doing South Indian, you're doing this. No, it's an Indian film, it's an Indian film. हाँ, language तो है ही, Tamil या Telugu या Malayalam या Kannada. So, but for me, it's an exciting time right now, and I'm enjoying this space.
Yeah, and I always say, जैसे आपने बोला ना, I always say कि apart from the religions, there are two more religions in India, that is cricket and films.
Cricket and films.
You have gods here, you have everything here, how people worship.
Yeah, because entertainment के लिए क्या क्या कर सकते हैं हम? कुछ नहीं ना, सिर्फ सिनेमा और क्रिकेट. जब मैच है हम लोग देखते, जब कोई अच्छी पिक्चर होती so we go and watch it either in the cinema. This is our entertainment.
But like, do you feel that dealing with the challenges of the failures was comparatively easier at that time as today, because it was not harshly scrutinized as much and continuously as often as
you know, for me a failure is a failure. Yeah, maybe we didn't have that many trolls back then. We didn't have that many people coming and telling you to your face कि यार picture बहुत खराब है. But you know it's a failure. And for me, when I know something has not really worked, even after you giving it your best, I've come to a point in my life where I've decided that it's okay, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. You don't know why, but it happens. Maybe something happened. You heard the story, it was a great story, you gave your 100%. Maybe the film didn't shape up the way you saw it, because maybe the director had a different vision. I've learned to sort of understand it and be okay with it now, because now you just move on to the next. Back then, I would still feel bad. If my film failed, I'd feel bad. If my film fails now, I'll still feel bad. I will feel bad, because it's a journey you've given 1 year of your life, and it's become so personal to you that you do feel bad. Irrespective, people might hate it, and people might pass the worst comments, but I don't really care about the comments anymore. I just feel bad that after all that, it didn't do well.
Throughout your career, you have done films with the biggest of stars. You have done given some of the most successful films as well.
Yes.
They are big production films as well.
Yes.
But somehow there was always that failure that kind of came, or downfall that kind of came. Did you ever sit down and think about what was going wrong or what went wrong?
Of course. You know, some of the movies that I chose which didn't really work. And when films don't work one after the other, then you keep wondering that what's going on. And that's when I made that conscious decision to just say no to any work that was really not good. And I made that decision in 2011, 12 I think. And every offer that came to me after that was just terrible. And मैंने सबको ना बोल दिया. मैंने नहीं यार, नहीं ये picture नहीं करूँगा. And I'm happy I did that, because in hindsight I saw those films also which released. And if I was part of those films, my same colleagues were saying, यार कैसी picture कर रहा है तू? And when I didn't do films, my same colleagues were saying, यार, you know, why aren't you doing films यार? Out of sight, out of mind. तो एक डर पैदा हो जाता है कि यार insecurity होती है ना कि now what's going to happen? Am I going to get work or not going to get work? So you just have to have faith in yourself, and you keep working on yourself, and just be prepared and know that it'll come. That good role will come. And I waited and I waited and I waited. It took 5 years, and I said no. I just kept saying no. बीच में कभी-कभार ऐसा offer आ जाता था कि यार I would think should I just do it to be seen, ताकि इंडस्ट्री भी सोचेंगे कि यार हाँ ये कर रहा है. Because बीच में when you don't do work, they'll think अच्छा नहीं इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है, कुछ उसने बिजनेस शुरू किया, उसने प्रोडक्शन शुरू किया, तो प्रोड्यूसर बनना चाह रहा है, वो एक्टिंग में इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है. They come up with their own stories. Nobody asks me what's my story. My story is you're giving me shit offers. You offer me a good role, I'll do it. Offer me a good movie, I'll do it. So then movies started again and shows started again, and it was actually the shows which
kind of
opened up everything again, from Mental to Tandav and Empire. Empire just changed everything. Because the audiences also saw me in a new way. Also directors, the two directors who had guts, Nikhil Advani and Mitakshara, they saw me differently. They said, Dino can do this, he can be negative, he can be an antagonist, he can look like this. And suddenly directors said, अरे यार ये भी कर सकता है. भाई सोच लो ना पहले. You have to think.
But did the uncertainty of where your next check is gonna come from, because this business is very uncertain, and you are taking conscious decision to say no. But did that uncertainty ever got to you to a point like where you thought maybe just for the sake of it, for the money perspective only, let me do something?
Yeah. So there were lots of times I was thinking that ना सिर्फ पैसे के लिए, बस so people will see कि यार मैं अभी भी हूँ, जिंदा हूँ, इंडस्ट्री में हूँ. I thought about it, but then I said, you know what, why? क्योंकि अगर ये पिक्चर भी करूँगा, after 2 years I'm doing this film, it's not going to really take me anywhere. It'll take me further down. So I said no again. I just kept saying no. It was a scary time. It was a tough time. And I just, thank God, I mean, right now I sit here and I say, good I said no. But at that point I was scared. I was insecure. I was like, इसके बाद काम आएगा कि नहीं आएगा इस इंडस्ट्री से, नहीं तो कुछ और करूँ. I was thinking of so many other things because you have to stay alive. You have to fund your house. You have to survive. You have to earn money. You know, all those things are there. So those are tough times, but you have to pull through and have faith.
But did it ever come to a point where it became difficult to sustain financially for you?
No, fortunately I was doing I invested in some businesses. I had some other things to support me. I mean, it wasn't easy. Let me tell you that, it wasn't easy. But I managed. I pulled through. You know, when you're on your last wicket, something happens. It's always that. When you just have faith.
Yeah, and I think that also gives you the courage to kind of say no.
Yeah.
Because you know
कहीं ना कहीं कुछ तो है. ज़्यादा नहीं है मगर है. मतलब I can manage. Pull through.
Yeah.
I can't be pull through, but I'll pull through.
Yeah.
And if you know that and you can survive, just hold on and wait. But keep working on yourself.
But even after giving successes in the initial phase of your career, did you feel like filmmakers forgot to look at you as a leading face after a point?
Of course. It's like this. I tell all actors are like the stock market. When your stocks are good, everyone's investing in you. When your stocks are not great, no one's investing in you. You have to build your stock up again. And how do you build your stock up? You market yourself. You present yourself. You look good. You work on yourself. Make sure you choose the right role, the next big role, and make sure it's fantastic. At least you do a great job. आगे लोग देखेंगे और फिर कहेंगे यार पिक्चर ठीक थी मगर वो अच्छा था. That makes a difference. So that's what I worked on, and I'm now working to build my stock up again.
Yeah,
so
and it is building up.
Building up, and hopefully a producer will say, yeah, let's use him in the lead.
Yeah.
A protagonist lead. I'm playing the antagonist lead, but let's play a protagonist.
And thankfully today that line has blurred between the protagonist and the antagonist.
They're all characters. Everyone's a character.
Everyone is a character today.
अगर ये character नहीं होता, तो picture नहीं बनती है ना. कहानी नहीं बनती, आगे नहीं जाती कहानी. So you need the negative to make the positive good.
Yeah, and like when you are entering into an industry, you are still used to rejections because before you get your first project or second or third also, like you will face a lot of rejection. But once you have worked for a long time and after that you have to still face rejection.
उसके बाद rejection भी मुश्किल है because then you feel कि यार you deserve it, but you don't. You have to go through the process. I go and do screen test. अभी भी कर रहा हूँ. Initially I used to feel यार मुझसे स्क्रीन टेस्ट कैसे, मैं क्यों करूं? किया मैंने बहुत, मतलब काम तो बहुत किया, बट आई स्क्रीन टेस्ट फॉर इवन एम्पायर. आई वांटेड देम टू बी कॉन्फिडेंट दैट आई कैन पुल इट ऑफ, बट आई वाज ऑलवेज प्रिपेयर्ड. I was working on myself in that time when I was getting no work. I was just working on myself and I was prepared. Screen test me. But मेरा काम यही है ना. What is my job? My job is to go and knock on producers' doors, directors' doors and say, however big I am, I don't care. If I want to work with people, I'll say I want work. That's my job. So I do my job all the time. I go and I knock on doors and I say, listen guys, give me a job. Give me some work. I want to work. I'm still there. I did that. That thing used to happen. Now things will happen. I guess when the time is right, it will happen.
Yeah. And I was reading about you just before this interview, and a lot of places it's written that he is one of India's most eligible bachelors. Even today. You have started as an eligible bachelor. Even today you are one of the most eligible bachelor. So
इसका मतलब क्या है कि 20 साल से eligible है.
People are waiting for you to get with someone and celebrate your relationship. But you are single right now, and
at this moment I am.
At this moment, and you have had your fair share of relationships. Has those experience kind of molded you in a way that today you look at relationship in a certain different way of what you want?
You know, as you grow up and as you go through various life experiences, relationships, it just makes you look at life very differently. Ultimately, your wants become less and less. Initially, when you grow up, you have so many tick boxes on ideal relationship, this, which is silly. all these silly notions all of us put. And you know, as you grow up, you realize ultimately you want a friend, you want a companion, you want someone who you can share obviously a lot of love with, and who shares, who's similar to you because they understand you, you understand them, and you're more like friends. And that's it. That's all one needs in life, because you know, I've been in relationships where even 1 year, 2 years, and then you have to work on it, and you'd rather work on it with a friend, who's someone who just gets you and you get them, and it's just really simple and easy. When it's easy, it's
breezy.
It's
easy.
When it's easy, it's breezy.
Yeah, but like there was a lot of media scrutiny that happened in your earlier relationships. So did that kind of made it difficult to kind of sustain a relationship for you?
No, you know, I never. Yes, there was always talk. It just became, sometimes it became not correct, because when you're in a relationship and when you're out with someone else, for instance, being friendly and having something to do with someone who's a friend, so much is written about that. Even though your partner knows that it's a friend, there's always something in their mind that could there be something, right? Even when there's absolutely nothing. So yeah, I feel sometimes at that point, then I decided that, you know, private life should be, just keep it private. Why do you want to, who do you want to tell? Keep it private, keep it personal. It's your personal life. I mean, my work life, I'll tell you everything about it. But what I do in my personal time should be, you know, private, and should be for me, and people should respect that.
Yeah, and what you said now, you have faced the brunt of it as well, because a lot of things then get misconstrued,
totally misconstrued, misunderstood, or even if your loyal partner has utmost trust in you, कहीं ना कहीं एक शक आएगा, कहीं ना कहीं कि यार ये सब लिखा हुआ है, पेपर्स में लिखा हुआ है, लोग बातें कर रहे हैं, what's happening?
Yeah.
That's it. And then when what's happening comes in, it's a problem.
And your personal equations then also get suffer because of that. And it's not just your partner; it's around you people that also suffer from it.
Because it's unnecessary.
And one thing I wanted to ask is that you had said in an interview that you want to be a father as well.
Yeah.
And in mentalhood, you got to experience what single fatherhood feels like. So have you given a thought of maybe you want to be a single father, or maybe you want to take a family ahead after getting hitched to someone?
No, I definitely want to have kids. I want to be a father, and I want to have a partner and have kids. I don't want to do it on my own. I need a partner. So I wouldn't want to be a single father.
Okay, so we are going to wait for Dino to find his soulmate, and then we'll get the good news after that.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, but I think after seeing you in mentalhood now, I feel like you have that innate father quality in you, that your kids would be very happy and very well pampered and taken care of.
I know I will be a fantastic father. I know it.
Yeah, yeah, I can guess that, and not just from the on-screen persona. This is the first time I'm meeting you, but from the conversation I've had, I can tell you that I can guess. Say it with surety, you are going to be an amazing father. And now we are going to play a little game of, it's called Blast from the Past.
Oof, okay.
So, some quirky questions, and we expect some quirky answers.
Go for it.
Okay. One fashion trend from the early 2000s that you would love to get back?
Fashion trend from the early 2000s? You know, we used to wear these chains connected to the wallet and tied to the loop. It used to look really cool, I think.
My first jeans was that.
Yeah, my denim, you know, put the wallet to the back, it would hook over here and it used to connect over here. Like that. Very cool.
Okay. One fashion trend that you wouldn't want to come back from that time?
I kind of liked all the fashion trends. I did like all the fashion trends back then, and I feel they're coming back. All the bell bottoms and, you know, your white boot jeans and everything, they're all coming back. Maybe hai mere paas aise true religion jeans.
Okay. One film of yours that didn't work at that time, but you think would work in today's time?
Holiday, the dance film I did, which was very much like Dirty Dancing.
Okay.
But I still feel it'll work. It was a beautiful movie.
One film of yours that you think hasn't aged well?
Has it aged well? A film of mine hasn't aged, meaning?
Today it would be a little problematic to release in today's environment.
अच्छा, एक आई थी एक पिक्चर गुमनाम नहीं एक पिक्चर थी, but it didn't release then also. It won't release now, so forget it. Let's not even name it. You know, it didn't even release. Leave it.
Okay. An actor and an actress that defines superstardom of the early 2000s for you?
An actor and an actress, superstardom. You know, for me in 2000 it was still at that time also it was Shah Rukh and no, Juhi was before that. I think it was Shah Rukh and at one point Aishwarya.
Yeah.
At one point
She had the early 2000s. She was doing amazing.
Yeah.
With Dev Das, Dhoom,
Yeah.
like she was
Shah
on
Rukh
fire
and,
at that
and
time.
Aishwarya, yeah.
Your favorite co-star of the early 2000s?
Bipasha. She was in most of my movies. She has to be my favorite co-star.
Yeah. The best thing of working in Bollywood in the 2000s?
Well, then and now it's still a fantastic place to be. It's just a lot of fun. It's great. It's good energy. It was great then, and it's still great now. There's nothing's changed.
Okay. A song that encapsulates the early 2000s working culture in Bollywood?
ये शहर है यमन का यहाँ
की फिजाएं
निराली यहाँ पे सब शांति शांति है.
Okay. The most iconic film of the early 2000s according to you?
Raz.
We agree.
Come on, it was one of the biggest successes.
हम बर्बाद होना चाहते हैं.
वही मेरे और करीब बताना मैं तुम्हें बर्बाद करूंगी.
और मैं बर्बाद होना चाहता हूँ.
मैं बर्बाद होना चाहता हूँ. भाई you cannot forget that. That movie did hugely well, and even though we didn't win a single freaking award, not a single award we won, which is very weird. But I was receiving awards, but I didn't get any. You know?
It was a really good insight I got through you.
Thank you.
Into your career, into the film industry, and I will always cherish that.
Thank you so
much. I can't wait to have a next conversation much sooner.
Yes, the pleasure is all mine, but thank you so much for this.
Thank you so much for this. Wishing you lots of love and luck for Agent and everything you do in future. And
thank you.
Keep being you. You are amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing talking to you, and you will always be that most eligible bachelor.
I hope not.
No. Always in our eyes. Always in our eyes. Even when you are with someone, always in our eyes.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah, but thank you so much.
Hi guys, this is me, Dino Morea. You're watching me on Bollywood Bubble.